good night to our Brazilian, Thailand, USA, India, and Pakistan friends. Thank you so much for your presence here today. We are starting again our new global classes model and spreading knowledge for all of our friends. Thank you so much and welcome to our 5th global classes. I would like to listen a word for our directors, Dr. José and Dr. Mara, from Brazil Right Homeopatia. Good night, everyone. Welcome to our first class and to another global classes. This is our 5th global classes. We will have classes each 15 days, which is presentation of a case with rubrics, explanation, entry points, and study of materia médica. So come with us for another journey of learning, experience, and renewal of our love for homeopathy. In our clinic, we can see the potential of healing, which is worth every effort in keeping and maintaining our workshops and global classes, so that more people can enjoy this kind of teaching and wisdom brought by Right Homeopathy family. Good night, everyone. Good night to our friends. It is with great joy that we are starting today our 5th global classes, which is being shared with Brazil, Thailand, Pakistan, and USA. I would like to thank our Right Homeopathy family for the efforts given to continue these global classes. To Rogerio, that is responsible for the technical part, and Felipe also. To Elena and Jacqueline, thank you for the translation. Dr. Isabella, Dr. Gisele, Dr. Alba, Dr. João, and Dr. Sobis for being part of this adventure with us. To our homeopathy friends, thank you for being here with us. I would like to add that we have already organized 7 workshops and 5 Hope for Hopeless camps. I can remember the first workshop, and that time, Dr. Surmet Mavi, which has already passed away, he came to Brazil, and he and Dr. Altar taught us about more than 50 medications for acute diseases. When Dr. Surmet Mavi passed away, he left Dr. Altar and Dr. Marup to help us to spread homeopathy in Brazil. And in the fellow workshops, we have studies, rubrics, and materia médica, GNM, and Dr. Hammer conflict. So, we have a lot of recordings of this kind of studies, and today we will study one part of this material. So, you will see the beauty of homeopathy. I'd like to thank Dr. Marup for the first lecture in global classes. Welcome everyone, and thank you for all the participants. So, we will start these global classes, and I am going to explain how it's going to work. First, we will have the theoric part of the lecture, and after 15 days, we will have one case taking with explanation of the case, materia médica, and rubrics. This is a way to learn materia médica realistic, like you see patients in the clinic.
You will find are angry. Basic disposition. An angry child. They are basically sensitive children, genetically have weak constitution. Weak constitution means they frequently get ill as there is inability to self-cure acute diseases, just like tuberculinum. Exuberance, enthusiasm, forcefulness, and high energy marks the traits that nourish productivity and talent, right? A person to be talented and productive, you need him to be enthusiastic, exuberant, forceful, have a high energy. But if same energy is misdirected, the child becomes manipulative, destructive, selfish. Okay? So Midorhinum is a very energetic child, but that energy gets misdirected in a diseased state. But when you give them medicine, when they become better, they know how to channelize their energy in productive things. Okay? Like I have told you that now he's scoring high grades in mathematics. Before, the same energy was used to express anger, mischief, it was the same energy. The Mido child are sensitive to admonition, contradiction, and criticism of others.
Okay.
What does admonition mean? You understand how we take admonition? Admonition means when someone gives you advice which is beneficial to you, but still you feel insulted, still you get angry. Like, child, don't do that, you will get hurt. And a child becomes angry. Why you are stopping me? Why you are saying me like that, right? This is admonition. There is another rubric, ailment from admonition, slight. Even the slightest admonition will cause disease. This shows the high sensitivity level of a mind. Like, if a teacher tells me to child to study, because it's beneficial for you, he gets offended. Why you are saying this to me? Because he feels criticized. He feels being attacked. Okay? So admonition, contradiction, and criticism of others. These incidences give them a sense of being forsaken, causing instability in the mind of Mido.
Interpretation
They don't love me. They don't care for me. They don't feel worthy.
Interpretação.
Starts going into a sense of forsakenness.
Áudio português.
Because mind is not healthy to understand what is beneficial for him. The need of Mido is excitement. The basic need of Midorhinum is excitement. They are very inquisitive. There is a high desire for new experiences, doing new things, playing with new toys, going to new places. And when the parents tell him, be cautious, don't fall, don't play with that thing, you will get hurt, they get offended with that admonition. They are inquisitive, but for them, information or knowledge is born out of action and experiences. It means if you tell them that this is how this thing works, this is how you will feel after this experience, their mind won't get satisfied with that. They will try to do that thing themselves. Like, they cannot learn from being told that stove is hot. But they must burn themselves before anticipating the consequences of touching it. They want to have those experiences themselves. They are generally extrovert, lively, energetic, irritating others, loud, loquacious, enthusiastic. In clinic, you will find them answering questions without hesitation. They are hurried, quick, the speech will be hasty. Because of the hastiness, they will be swelling some words while talking. They will miss some word while talking. They are hard to relax. They can never relax. They are full of excitement. Hyperactive and restlessness to the point of wildness. Okay? Tuberculinum is another remedy which is very wild. They become very wild because of high energy. But that wildness will be only at home and when with parents, not in school in case of tuberculinum. That is why they come in good boy image. In school they will behave. But Midorinum, this wildness, you will see through and through, even with the strangers. They never want to take a nap. Mind is overtired, but body is still energetic. They can't concentrate. There is dullness in studies. They have messy habits like sulfurs, like putting fingers in the mouth and all in the babies. Now this becomes an important part, how we differentiate sulfur from tuberculinum, how we differentiate Midorinum from sulfur tuberculinum. The part of sulfur, the extrovertedness, that joy, even in the tuberculinum, that energy, it will go through and through on regular basis. But in Midorinum, you will find that changeability. Okay? They are like pendulum, going from one extreme to other extreme. Some days the energy will be very high, some days it will be very low. There is always a changeability, even in the mood. The wild child becomes mild, obedient, sweet, charming. When you will ask their parents, is there some days he is very energetic, angry, and other days very mild, low? Is there a change in the behavior that you will find? They will tell you that. Some days very happy, some days he is very angry, some days he is very wild, some days he is very mild, obedient. Okay? They want to be carried, want to be held, want to be rocked. The infants, they want to be held, they want to be carried, they want to be rocked. Suddenly the other phase of personality switch where he becomes obstinate. Now the mild, obedient, doing his homework becomes suddenly switches and become obstinate, bossy, self-destructive. Okay? There is a change. There is always a change in the Midorinum from going one side to other. But The important part is there are other remedies who has this changeability of mood like pulsatilas, but meteorinum will go to extremes. If they are mild, they are extremely mild. And when they are wild, they are extremely wild. Intolerance to contradiction, biting, punching, throwing things away. Okay. The other day they will become like that. Now, there is a desire for punishment in meteorinum. There is another remedy who are very wild, restless, is tarantula. Tarantula child, they are also very wild, restless. Okay. But in tarantula, there is a fear of punishment. They have ailments from being punished. But in meteorinum, they find excitement even out of that I am being punished. That teacher has told me to get out of the class, they will find it exciting. Now I will do new things. Why? Their parents will often tell you that they love attention, praise, etc. Loving attention, praise, etc. do not behave him. Verbal or physical punishment is a source of contact and communication. They will do the things, they will take the things to that point where parents have to scold them, where parents have to hit them, where their parents have to scream them, and then they smile. They throw things on people they love laughingly, as if playing, love to watch violence on TV, WWE, violent movies. Okay? They enjoy it like that. Just like anacardium. Excessive opposing thoughts, excessive opposing, like criticism, excessive contradiction from the parents, it causes confusion in the mind of me too. Confusion becomes very important part in me too. Should I do this? Should I do that? In the adult me too, you will find this a lot of confusion. They will tell you that, doctor, it's very difficult for me to make a decision. They become very indecisive. Should I behave like that? Should I behave like that? There is a sense of sense of duality. Should I go that side? This mind is saying me to do that. The other part of the mind is saying me to do this. So because of the confusion of mind, they become awkward. They become hasty. Middle child, they make lot of mistakes of spelling due to the confusion. You will find very common, a lot of spelling mistakes in them. Children sleeps on abdomen. Sleep on abdomen represent that the child is either fearful, or the person is either fearful or has high sexuality. Sleeping on abdomen. Sleeping on abdomen with knees bent. There is a high desire to adventure. There are 3 remedies with this love for adventure: meteorinum, merksole, and agaricus. Excessive desire to play. Play desire. A child who is sensitive to the quarrels of their parents, who are sensitive to the criticisms, and has a high energy, they try to deviate from the world by going into this mode of playing and playing. Let's play more. I want to play more. Unlike sepia, which will go into indifference, or magnesiums, this is their defense. Sexual precocity. The cases, Midorinum, you will find their sexual precocity. When the child goes into masturbation in the early ages, 6, 7, okay. This is sexual precocity. Because they are, yeah, Bufu as well, fluoric acid as well. Why? Because they feel they are not being loved by the parents. So they want to explore the sexual side. And there is also a sense of excitement. Okay? Exploring new things, sense of excitement, which take them into sexual precocities. Their hands will be rough. You will find this fear very common in meadows, the fear of water, fear of large bodies of water, from the large water bodies, fear of dark, along with delusion someone is behind. You will find this very common that when you ask them, does the child has fear of dark? They will say yes, the parents will say. So when you ask child, what do you feel in dark? Do you fear from ghosts? He will say, no, I always fear that someone is behind me. Someone is trying to grab me from behind. There is a habit to look behind. Why? There is a fear of being attacked. That someone will attack me. Because a Meadow child, they are very inquisitive. They want to have new experiences. And because of that, they get caught, they are scolded. So there develops a sense of being attacked. Okay. High anticipation, which can go to foreboding. Foreboding is, you understand foreboding? When the anticipation level, it goes into fear of something negative will happen. Like a child is walking in the street and he starts anticipating, I think this pole will fall on me, this tree will fall on me. This is a kind of foreboding. A negative anticipation. Desire for carbonate drinks, high desire for carbonate drinks, high desire for cold water, desire for fruit, desire for orange juice. And this is a very particular, very peculiar daytime aggravation. Only remedy in this is Meadow. When daytime aggravation and amelioration at night. Amelioration after sunset. And aggravation when sun rises. Only remedy is Meadorinum. Then comes Pulsatilla. The Meadow has this uniqueness in that, the changeability. Pulsatilla. Children with mild disposition. In waiting room, you will find Pulsatilla. Pretty gentle, clingy, fearful child, sits calmly near to parents. Toys or playing children in waiting rooms can't distract them. They are playing there with toys, they are busy with their toys. She leans on mother. More the sick the child is, closer she leans on mother. It shows the dependency of pulsatilla. Dependency. There is a rubric, dependency by all means. Or no, there is a particular rubric. Dependency, pulse dependency, dependency, dependent. Particular rubric. They want to be dependent. In the rubric dependent, there is pulsatilla. And other is rubric is dependent on others' cost. There's another rubric, dependent on others' cost. It means they want to depend on other, but they won't put any effort for that. Only remedy is marble. They want to be dependent on parents, but they will not put any efforts to make them happy or to be obedient. There is no effort from their side. They want to be dependent, but on others' cost. Marble, pulsatilla, and silica. Silica and pulsatilla, they will behave in a way, they will do things for their parent, so they can depend on them by being mild, by being responsible. Both are responsible remedies. They become responsible. They become yielding. Unlike marble. In cabin, they wants to be carried while entering in the cabin, the small child. So this basic fear of being abandoned always haunt a pulse child. Fear of being abandoned. So the toddler will sit. Next. So the toddler will sit either in the lap or will stand near the feet of the mother. If mother gets up from the chair, the child pitifully and fearfully cries with lots of tears. Tearless cry, tears absent. Which are the remedies in that? Natrums, magnesiums, arsenicum. Mother has to carry, has to care, has to rock, to ameliorate, to assure them that they are there. Mother will tell this episode of weeping and reassurance goes on whole day. Mother will tell you that. This episode of weeping easily and then assurance will go on for whole day. Because assurance gives them sense of care, assurance, love, security. Tears readily flow and easily stop. Even in the elders, it goes like side business, you know. The tear is like a side business. They readily flow and they stop easily. Mother is unable to go for shopping, cooking, etc., as she has to hold pulse child in order to prevent her crying. They always have to hold them. They always have to attend them. As mother explained, child blush and looks at the floor. When mother will explain all this episode, the child will be blushing, looking at the floor. On a query from child, he blush and answer in a slow, soft voice, looking at the mother for assurance that what I am saying is right. Or whispers in her ear. Like if you ask some question from child, they will answer that by whispering in the ear of mother. You tell them. Infant and toddlers exhibit their nervousness, timidity, and lack of confidence as they curl on toes towards soles and one foot placed on other. Lack of confidence as they curl on toes. Okay. What is curling on toes? This is a toe. This is a toe curling. They will, when they curl, it will be on the toes. A sense of insecurity. They won't place their whole foot on that. If doctor affectionately hold her closely and slowly, she reciprocates with getting more closer and blushing timidly. Pulsatilla never resists this affection, this care, this consolation, unlike Nettermure or Sepia. Restrain for answer, they are restraining while answering because of timidity. How's the personality? Pretty doll, neat and tidy, fastidious clothes, like we have read that in foppishness, over-conscious about clothes, Pulsatilla is there. Clean and neatly pulled socks, very beautiful hairstyle, neatly combed. In dressing sense, there is style, cuteness and childishness. Childishness in their styling. Pulse like Lyco have a tidy appearance, but otherwise messy habits at home. Appearance is tidy, but the habits, other habits like eating and other, they are messy. Hunger for love. Now love, sympathy, caring is the food for her soul. That is why they are easy to handle, mild, quickly persuade to complete her work, help in kitchen, clean room, always ready to help in order to be liked by others. For all this, they seek an emotional reward in form of praises, hugs, lovely kisses. What they want in return from all that is being appreciated for that. And when Pulsatilla, they go into syphilitic part of the disease, they feel there is a rubric, delusion appreciated not, she is not. Just like palladium. I have given you that example last workshop of one of my case. She got better with palladium. She was suffering from depression. So I asked her, what are the things at home that making you sad, depressed? She told me that my in-laws, they always criticize me. They always criticize me. They are very strict. They are very rude. Okay. But I have seen that his husband, he was very caring towards her. He goes out of the way to care for her. And she told me that even my husband, he don't love me. I said, but I am seeing that he is very caring. He takes your appointment. He brings you into my clinic on proper time. He is very anxious about her complaints. Why you didn't find her caring? Why you didn't find him caring? She told me that, I don't know, doctor, they never appreciate me. Like if I bring new clothes, he never appreciate me by himself. I have to ask for that. You know, for her, love and care is being appreciated. For her, the love and care is not by attending her. It's about being appreciated. And then she has gone into a delusional state. Where delusion state means, even if you don't criticize them, they still feel being criticized. Even if you appreciate them, they still feel, no, he hasn't appreciated me. Delusional state. They go into delusional state. No, I am not being appreciated. I am doing work, they are not happy with me. They haven't appreciated me. So palladium, pulsatilla, argentum nitricum, these are the remedies which go in, which has this desire for appreciation. Calcarea sulf. Lovable personality, the friendly, they love to listen songs, affectionate, they behave very affectionately, submissively, like I have told you yesterday about the rubric submissive. The lycos, the silicas, the pulsatillas, the alumina, they go into this submissiveness as their defense. Why they become submissive? Because they can't afford to lose the love of others. This is a basic fear. Out of all the personality in pulsatilla, this is what we need to cure. Whenever you find that there is a need to cure this sense of abandonment, this fear of abandonment, think of pulsatilla. Now, how they feel abandoned? When the situation arises, there is an arrival of younger sibling. Mother joining a job, elder sibling joining a school, parents moving out for a vacation, leaving her behind, and they themselves joining the school. These are the situations in their life which make them feel abandoned. The only solution she thinks to this situation is continuously seeking attention by any means. A pulsatilla child who generally wants attention now is facing a situation where she is being abandoned. Now they want more attention. Now they want high amount of attention to satisfy them. So they will act very submissively. They will become more obedient. They will become more affectionate. They will start showing care. They will start feigning their sickness, that I am sick, so that parents give me sympathy. They care for me. Or even genuinely become sick. parents, they have to reaffirm daily that they love her. There's also a rubric delusion, not being loved by husband, and there's a pull settler in that. So they need constant reassurances, daily reassurances. Fear of losing connection with parents make her feel shocked, jealous, irritable, insecure, and ignored. Her psychology take a turn and she becomes selfish because of that shock, because that insecurity, like a sibling, a younger sibling is born. They become shocked by that thing, ignored by that thing, and then they start becoming very selfish, possessive, obstinate, demanding, or even aggressively beating her sibling. Hates this situation, sob pitifully with intense desire to be loved. Intense desire. Not only desire, it is an intense desire to be loved and reassured. That yes, we are there for you. The parents have to reassure them. Yes, we love you. Behavior changes after that fear of abandonment, when the abandonment comes in their life. When she feels ignored or being neglected, she makes demands exactly when parents are attending her sibling. Just to make parents realize that she needs their love. Parents will tell you that whenever we try to do something, or whenever we try to change the nappy of her younger sibling, at that time they will start calling. They will start asking something from us. Whole day she might play by herself, but exactly at time when I have to feed her younger sibling, she starts demanding attention. They become very possessive and deeply attached to some material things, just like stramonium, the clinging that was first for persons, the clinging that was for people, it now start going for the furnitures also. Furnitures, the blankets, the material things. And they don't allow anyone to touch those things. Now the mother, she is ignoring her. She is busy with the younger kid. Now they become dad's girl, papa's girl. They will start getting attached to father. So you understand how the journey, how we behave according to our needs, our desire, how our defenses change according to situations. Their sweet and soft pulse now becomes aggressive, irritable, bossy, haughty. It's, I think, Hitler. This uncontrolled, obstinate, over-demanding attitude compel the parents to give him a harsh advice, which further destroy the relations, making him feel totally abandoned. The parents, they get so irritable that they finally have to scold her, harshly speak to them, and they feel more abandoned. They become more hard. This soft pulse, it starts becoming more hard, angry, haughty, obstinate. He frequently now started remaining sick. Example, fever, the inflammatory reactions start coming, fever, earaches, respiratory tract infections, and etc. Regression. After a major stress, example, puberty, arrival of younger sibling, shifting his sleeping place to his independent room, etc., shakes his soul. Like when she goes into puberty, the parents, they will start telling them, now you are elder, you are big, you should take your responsibilities. Or the younger sibling has arrived, or she has been moved to independent room. This shake their soul more. That is why the pulsatilla in ailment from puberty, it is in 3 marks. Ailment from puberty. You will find the parent will tell these complaint has started after the first menstrual cycle, menses has arrived. Pulsatilla being dependent does not want those changes. He subconsciously resists to grow, as he knows adulthood can minimize love and care. Because for pulsatilla, she perceives adulthood as being independent, doing things on their own, and she cannot adapt to that idea. Attention of parents which is unacceptable to him at any cost. That it will reduce the attention of parents, which is unacceptable. Now, what are the signs of regression which you will see in child? Child starts bedwetting. Adult child, like the child at the age of 12, 13 or 11, they starts bedwetting. After many years of dry bed, they start sucking thumb, sleeping with a doll, childish behaviors, sleeping in bed of mother, wants to be petted while going to sleep. The parents will tell this, suddenly starts liking these things, doctor. There is a sign that they are not getting comfortable with the change in the life. Grief. How the grief develops in pulsatilla. When the situations like death of loved one or separation from loved ones, leaving behind best friend, in any circumstances, giving her ignored feeling. Grief leaves her feel forsaken or left alone in universe. Illusion being left alone. Self-pity engulfs her. Pitiful, talk pitifully. Talk pitifully. Doctor, you know what happened to me? It is like they are going through self-pity. You know how bad I am suffering? They sit alone in their room, becoming blind to people who love and care for them. In this stage, they become inconsolable. They don't at all notice consolation. But inconsolable, and there is a difference between consolation and aggravation. Inconsolable means that the stimulus of consolation is not producing any reciprocated response. Consolation aggravation means it means they become angry when you try to console them. Emotional pulse. The emotions in pulsatilla, they flow freely. They exhibit openly as love, hugs, kisses, jealousy, hate. They are open to their feelings. They are uncontrolled and uncovered. Weeping is a natural language for communication, right? Like we have seen in Medurinum, having punishments, is a natural communication for them in Medurinums to get the attention. In Pulsatilla, it's weeping. Tears help her physically and emotionally. She gets consolation which re-establish the bond of love. Physically also, she feels relieved from anger. That is why Pulsatilla is in amelioration, weeping after. When you ask patient, do you feel better after weeping? Yes, I do. There is a stress, there comes weeping, and when someone console, they feel love. This is a chain that goes on and on and on in Pulsatilla. Reassurance rejuvenate her as a small, cheerful little baby. When you reassure them, don't worry, I'm here. Nothing will happen to you. I'll take care of you. And then they become very happy with those words. In a moment, she became fine. In a moment, they become fine. Like they were very cranky, they were crying, and when only with these words, in seconds, they become fine. Other features are the boys are effeminate, irresolute. Pulsatilla is irresolute, hyperactive sometimes, and are full of fears. Okay? In adult Pulsatilla, now Pulsatilla is a medicine with a huge amount of boundary. You will get a lot of different pictures of Pulsatilla. You may find them very sensitive, caring, obedient, responsible, with high level of conscience, just like carcinosin. They come very close to carcinosin in one phase. In other phase, you will find them very restless, irritable, fearful about every situation, just like Sabadilla. One is carcinosin, one type of personality comes close to carcinosin, other type of personality comes close to Sabadilla. This is all personal, Sabadilla. And then there is a third type of personality, just like Lycopodium. You may find them very manipulative. Pulsatilla is in manipulations, very manipulative, haughty. I told you yesterday, talk haughty. Only two remedies, Pulsatilla and Lycopodium. In Lyco, there is a desire for power. There is a desire for social position. In Pulsatilla, it is more of a attention. And in fourth picture, you will find them very close to fluoric acid. Fluoric acid. Like fluoric acid, they will have buoyancy. Buoyancy means when the emotions, they are very shallow. When you get recovered very easily from any sadness, grief, okay, the emotions are very shallow. They are not deep. There is love. They become very libertinism. They go into libertinism, just like fluoric acid. They care no more about the social ties or social laws. They become adulterous. Okay, so there is a kind of, you can see there are 4 drug pictures of Pulsatilla. One goes very close to fluoric acid. One goes very close to Lycopodium, manipulative, haughty, contradiction intolerance. Other goes to very close to subadilla, nervous, fearful. Okay. And fourth one is goes to very close to carcinosin. Loving, mild, responsible, diligent, conscientious, caring for others. Okay. So this is how it flows. Why they go into such extreme? Only to get that, only to fulfill that need of being loved, of being appreciated, okay, of being dependent. Like fluoric acid, pulsatilla is very easy to change partners. If they feel they can depend on someone else, they will choose them. But unlike fluoric acid, it is not for the thyroid levels, they are normal. Okay. So it means the cure is long lasting, the permanent and gentle when the medicine is right. So we'll read a bit about Nectrum Car.
Na repertorização, quando foi acrescentado
Artistic aptitude, yeah.
Natrumur não estava.
No.
Não.
They are sensitive to art. That is what I have told you. They are sensitive to music. They love paintings. Artistic aptitude means they themselves has this special quality to create. Okay? To create. In singing, like you will see in singing, there is natramur. But nitrums, they are not very good in drawing or paintings. Yeah? In general, in art, they might succeed in singing, in dancing. So it is a kind of that. Yeah? Basically, there are only, I think, 7 or 8 remedies in artistic aptitude. It means you will always find that in them, like phosphorus, natrum carb, carcinosin, platina. You will always find this in them. Natrum carb. They are more conscientious and studious than nectarmure. A right-sided nectrum, first of all. If you came to conclusion that a patient is nectrum, but is right-sided, that the complaints, they are coming only on right side, think of Natrum car first. And other right-sided Natrum is Natrum ars. Very artistic, a right-sided Natrum, very cheerful and jovial than Nectarmure. They loves to be in company. Natrum car, they desire company. When they get hurt, unlike Nectarmure, who goes into this phase of regression, Nectrum carp, they still likes to be in the company. Very less you will see this loner part of Nectrum carp. Yes, they might be the silent one in the group of friends. They might be that silent one, but still they love to go with their group, with their friends. Like all Netrums, they like the company of pets, and are very close person. Does not like much of crowds or social work. they do the social work without the knowledge of others, like silent donors, helpers, all the netrums, they does not like to be in limelight, you know. They are very conscious, very dutiful, always ready to help. Even when ill, they will fulfill their duty without any excuses. The face, like in netrums, you will find that triangle, but also round because of the carbonica part. The carbonica part. Chest and shoulders are broad, as if armor of a steel of soldier. Very broad shoulders. There's a rubric, shoulders broad. You will find netrum carb in there. Posture is straight when they walk due to readiness of work, diligency. There is a straight posture. They are ready to do things. Salt and pulpy fruit desire. The fruits which are pulpy and salt. Sun aggravations. Mental exertion aggravates. They get frightened easily. They goes into the later part, they goes into this aversion of family, friends, when they get hurt. That is a later stage, when they go into this company, friends, which all netrum goes. That is the thing. They never talk bad about God, even in disease or grief. There is a love for God, and more than that, that is the highest state of consciousness. Like in netrum, you might get that bitter feeling. They get, even if they get, very angry, they might speak harshly to their parents or about the God. But in netrum carb, you won't see that because of the high state of conscientiousness, just like carcinosin. In case he has not improved for some time, he will not hesitate to ask abruptly why I am not improving. Okay? Unlike netrum, they are open to conversations. They will ask you why this is not happening. Doctor, why I am not improving? What will netrum do if she is not improving? She silently changes the doctor without complaining much. Because she feels there is no need to express my emotions. Okay? But carbonica, they does not hesitate to express. When improve, will not feel sorry or say thanks. This is also a part of netrum carbonica, where you will feel them like a platina. They will come across like a platina. Secretive does not allow assistant doctors during case taking. Have own limitations if emotions are touched. Controls his expression and tears. Reserved, introvert, and the person who can express their ideas. Sometimes we might even confuse them that they are haughty like platina. But there are a lot of differences. On physiognomical level, the platina, they have prominent bones, jaw bones, very prominent, strong bones because they are metal, which shows strength, which shows strong-willed character. But natrum carb is weak-willed remedy. B is a weak-willed remedy because of that natrum and carbonic quotient. They will have stoop shoulders while sitting, edge on the seat, stoop shoulders, and platina. They have a high neck, straight shoulders. Plat will not accept improvements due to ego. Natrum carb, they also resist to improve because of rigidity of mind. But that is not an ego. It is a rigidity to change for the change of thoughts, like which is general in carbons. They are very rigid about their thoughts.